Hey guys, it's Erica Galinas with Century 21 Affiliated in Cherville, Indiana, here for our weekly market update. This week we are talking about Dyer. And some interesting stuff in here, kind of, we have our year-end numbers and then what's coming up. January is always kind of slow with some more unique properties that sell or buyers that are looking. You really got to be dedicated to buy a house in January because you got to move all your stuff out in the snow and it's cold and it's awful. So where we are in Dyer, so this is for the month ending January 31st. 26 units of real estate were sold in the town of Dyer, and this is all kinds condos up north to the new stuff down south. 26 total units for a total volume of $7.7 million. No $1 million homes were sold. They gave us an average price of $296,741. And that, again, that's average over everything. Eight condos and townhouses, always been a strong market in Dyer. 18 single family homes. 3 of those were new construction, and then the other 23 were obviously already existing homes. Average days on market, 25 days, which is much longer than our 2020, what year is it? No, 2021 average of 5 days. So we had an average sales price in 2021 of $299,900, 5 days on market. So January is showing us $296,741, so pretty close, almost exactly the same as the year average, but 25 days on market, which is a little longer. Part of that, I've talked about this in other videos because it happens in all the towns around here. Part of that is there are very few listings right now anyway, but there's always very few listings in January. Like I said, nobody wants to move. So a lot of times when you have buyers that need to buy in January, in the winter season, they'll pick up a house that maybe has been on the market, a little longer than normal because it needs some updating, or maybe the sellers become more negotiable, so they're able to accept a lower kind of price point. Again, 25 days is only an outlier because 5 days was the average last year. So 25 days in a normal market is not particularly noteworthy, so far as I can tell, at all. So list to sales price, so how much it's closed for versus how much it was listed, 97.31%, which is an excellent number. Not as high as some of the plus 100% we saw last year, but again, in a normal market, that's a really good number. In terms of pending listings, so these are listings in Dyer that have a buyer, but they haven't closed yet because, like I always say, they're waiting for the appraisal or something like that. 46 pending listings in Dyer right now. Average price on those, we won't know until they close, but average price as of right now based on list price is about $338,000. Average days on market, 29, so about the same as our January number. 8 new construction, 38 existing, 12 condos, and 34 single families. So about a quarter of that is condos and townhouses. There's a couple new construction of those, obviously, in the Hanover Township area. There's some newer ones they're putting in up on Sheffield, and then the ones that are sprinkled around, little duplexes and stuff like that in Dyer. And then in terms of active listings, we have 20 active listings in all of Dyer right now, which I sound like a broken record. I've been saying this, a long time. In all of Dyer, for all the different kinds of houses we have, there's only 20 active listings. 4 of those are new construction. Those are those townhouses, like I said, up north in Sheffield, and then in the southern, that Hanover Township area. So 16 of them are existing homes. 6 of those are condos, including the new construction. So then 14 of those are single family homes. So there's really only 16 regular houses for sale in all of Dyer right now. Again, it's winter, nobody wants to move, but this is proof positive of this listing crisis we've been talking about basically for a year now. The average price of these active listings is $395,114. And there are 4 $1 million home listings. I took those out of this number. So this average number reflects the average listing price for all of those quote unquote regular homes that we talked about, $395,000. Our average in 2021 was $299,900. Our average sales price in January was $296,000. Those numbers are very close. $3,000, I mean, that's almost a zero number basically in terms, when you're dealing on such a large number. Our average pendings are $338,000, and our average listings are $395,000. Again, that's without the $1 million homes. So we're seeing a pretty big discrepancy in terms of what things have closed for in January and what things are listed for right now. It's almost $100,000 difference between what is listed right now and what things actually closed for in January. We don't yet know what that means. Obviously, we won't know what these houses sell for, i.e., what they are worth to a buyer until they close. So they need to find a buyer, they need to go under contract, they need to close, and then those numbers will be reflected in whichever month that they close in. A difference of $100,000 without some kind of random thing like there's a new construction that just started, or there's some kind of weird something or other. I don't know what it would be, but there doesn't appear to be any kind of weird circumstance that would cause this $100,000 price difference between these active listings and these actual sales prices. So, and Dyer is not the outlier in this. I saw this in Cherville. We talked about this, a couple weeks ago in Munster. This is kind of happening all around, and we're going to have to see, because sellers are listing expecting these huge price range, which we absolutely have had over the past 2 years. Buyers, a lot of them, ones I talk to, people I'm hearing from on the internet or whatever, nationwide, are like, I don't have that much money, and if I did, I'm not going to buy this ordinary 3-bedroom 2-bath house for 27% more than it was worth 2 years ago. So we may start seeing a little bit of a disconnect between these sellers that are expecting this premium price based on our historical averages, and these buyers who are like, I'm not buying your house. Like, I'm not desperate. I could sign another lease. I can, buy a cheaper house in a different area. Like, buyers have options. So it's going to be interesting to see what the sellers are going to decide over this coming year in Dyer and in, the whole nation really, but obviously in our area. When you have $100,000 price without, like I said, some weird circumstances, it's there, like I said, a disconnect between seller and buyer. So this is absolutely something we're going to have to keep an eye on. The big indicator will be if these houses start sticking around the market for longer than normal. We have a weird normal right now. Our average in 2021 was 5 days. Our current average is 25 days, which, it's 5 times what it used to be, but it's still less than a month. So I don't know that our days on market at this point have, really been, oh no, let's freak out about it. But if we do start seeing them going, over a month, into the 60 days, something like that, then that's going to be an indication that buyers are sitting this out or they're buying somewhere else. And sellers are going to have to rein in their expectations in terms of what kind of prices they can get for their houses. But we don't have enough data right now, and obviously spring market starts. It was kind of warm yesterday, a little warm today, a little rainy, but snow is melting. Spring market is going to start happening in 4 to 6 weeks, and we're going to be able to see, is listing activity going to pick up to kind of bring it back to this more even level, and certainly what that says about this average $395,000 listing price. So we'll keep an eye on that going forward. Next week, we're going to be talking about Crown Point and Winfield. So Crown Point's in our township, and then the Winfield section, because those are two pretty different areas. Not a lot of activity in either, but obviously the numbers, that's every town now. And next week, we'll talk about all those numbers and see if they are also showing that big difference between closing price and listing price. If you guys have any questions, if somebody who lives in Dyer, somebody's thinking of moving to Dyer, please share this video with them. Have them give me a call or text me, 219-765-2062. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I do these market updates every week on different towns, so we can kind of keep an idea of, what these prices are doing and what they might do or whatever. But we'll see what happens as we go through 2022. I just also want to say happy birthday, Jerry. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. If you have any questions about buying or selling, but I'm not in your area, I have connections to an international network of realtors who would be happy to help. Give me a call, text me anytime, 219-765-2062. I'll be happy to give you the name of a realtor in your area. Thanks.